Are you in debt? Are you somebody who has had so much debt that they are up to their neck in it? I want to ask you guys a quick question. What can debt do for you? Now, I don't talk about money that often, although that's what I do for business, but money is something that we have to understand a lot better. So what can your debt do for you? If you have it, understand it. So number one, credit card debt. If you have balances on your credit cards, that means that you're paying interest. Maybe you're putting a trip on a credit card, you're paying a little bit of interest on it, and hopefully you'll pay it off quickly. But the problem is that is the interest making you money? Now that trip is going to make you memories. It's going to be wonderful. But if it's not, if that what's costing you money on the balance on that card, if it's not something that's making you money, then maybe it's not worth it. Maybe you should wait until you save the cash. So that's credit cards. Number two, student loans. Now, I'm a big proponent in education. I have a couple of degrees and they cost me a fair amount of money. But here's the thing. That money, in student loan interest rate, now I know we're all talking about student loan forgiveness and what have you, but student loan interest rates are usually somewhere between 3 and 6%. They might be a little bit lower in some cases, but now the idea is you're supposed to take out those loans to pay for your education, and then the education is going to get you a better job, so you're going to be able to pay off those loans and have a great life, right? What we're finding, though, is that a lot of employers are not paying enough in order to be able to make up for the type of expenses that you're going to have in the payments to pay down the student loans. So people are paying these student loans and they have a good career, but they're not getting any further ahead. So just be aware, really look at what the income for the person for the job that you're looking for, the career that you're looking for, look at that income and make sure that it's going to be enough to be able to sustain all of the things that you need. I wish before I got all the loans that I took out, I wish that I had really done some number crunching to see how much money I was going to make, how much money of that monthly was going to be going towards debt, so I could get a little bit better idea of what it was going to cost me and how long it was going to take me to pay off that debt. Okay, so that's number two. Number three are investment debt. Now, going into debt for different types of things, maybe real estate, other types of investments. Now, this makes a little bit more sense, but again, you have to crunch the numbers and make sense of it. So if you're going to invest, if you're going to go and get a loan for, at this point, it's, I've seen anywhere between 3 and 6.5% interest on a loan for a mortgage. So it just depends on what your file looks like. But if you're going to go and take an interest rate out on a big loan like that for a mortgage, you got to know what's the payment, what kind of cash flow am I going to be having? Now, is it an investment like a real estate investment property, maybe in your state or another state? Is it something that's going to be able to cash flow you? So if you're, let's just say reasonable numbers, let's say it's $1,000 a month that it's going to cost you per month, right? I don't know where you're going to be able to do that, but if it's $1,000 a month, are you going to be able to charge $2,000 and double your money? Or is it $1,000 and you're only going to have $1,200? You're going to cash flow just a little bit. Make sure that you're actually sitting down with a investment, financial, debt professional to be able to go through and crunch these numbers so you really know what to expect. Debt is a tool, okay? If we use it properly, we can make great things happen, but we have to make sure that we're using it properly. Get your questions answered. Understand all debt is not bad debt. There are good uses of debt. If it's something that for the short term you pay, in the long term you're going to be able to make more money on it and it's going to continue to pay you, then use it for what it's worth. Education is a great tool if you can make sure that in the long term that it's going to make it work for you. Real estate is a great investment, but don't go into debt if it's going to end up costing you money in the long run. So hope that helps you guys be inspired for a great life. Make sure that you got your money together.